My name is Crystal Long, and I currently live in Washington County. The age I started using was 14 years old. It started with smoking weed and drinking in early high school. And then when I turned 25, I had some medical issues, and I was quickly prescribed pain medications, which turned into not being able to find those pain medications, so it quickly turned into heroin and meth IV use at the age of 26. I used IV heroin and fentanyl and meth for a majority of my drug use. I quickly went into large quantities of that. It was to the point where I didn't want to wake up after that use, so it would be more and more as I started using. I didn't really want to quit. I had a lot of depression over what I had done during my drug use, that wasn't really an option for me. I felt like there was no coming back out of it. So I didn't really have that thought process until I had entered into the drug court program, probably about 6 months after I got into the drug court program. I had never tried quitting until I wouldn't say forced to, because drug court gives you an option whether you're ready or not, and you can't force an addict to quit unless that addict wants to. So around 6 months of giving it a shot and just trying to stay out of prison, I had finally reached a point where I was done. You know, I started to see results that was changing my life. You know, when I first got into drug court, I had decided that I wanted to get my life back, and after being in the program for so long, it gave me a life that I hadn't dreamed of, or that I had never lived before, and I didn't want to lose that, and I still don't want to lose that. I always refer to them as the drug court team, just because it's not just one person as a whole. You know, we have the sheriff's department on our side, a deputy that comes and checks on us all the time. We have a judge that we see at least once a week. We have mentors through CODA. We have counselors. We have doctors. And something that I realized shortly after I got into the program is, like, they're my friend. They were something that I hadn't had in a long time. And they were giving me a shot to prove to them that I could do it. I had stumbled and relapsed probably about 3 times early drug court, and they never gave up on me. During the pandemic, there were times where they wouldn't even show up at my house because everything was closed, and we didn't have that one-on-one connection like with any meetings. So yeah, I mean, drug court has shown me love in their way. Something specific about fentanyl was as soon as I realized what that was, that's something that I would search for. I wasn't looking for anything but that for a long time. For the kids that I hear that they're starting to buy these pills in high school and they don't know what's in them because they're using it for recreational use is scary. Advice that I would give to people who are struggling are to not lose hope in yourself, and that's something that I wish that somebody would have told me a long time ago, because that was the first thing that I had lost was hope. You know, and I felt like I was never going to get that back. And for the youth that are just starting and not knowing what they're getting into, it's addiction happens, and it happens really fast. And once you get in addiction, it's almost like you don't realize how fast it happened, and really quickly you're going to realize that you're using to live. And by that time, your childhood is gone. You've had friends pass away, and you can't get that back. But by not losing hope, you can rebuild on a new foundation.